Geneva is a city in Switzerland that lies at the southern tip of expansive Lac Léman. Surrounded by the Alps and Jura mountains, the city has views of dramatic Mont Blanc. Headquarters of Europe's United Nations and the Red Cross, it's a global hub for diplomacy and banking. French influence is widespread, from the language to gastronomy in bohemian districts like Carouge. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Geneva so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Lake Geneva. The largest lake in Central Europe brings the drama and awe-inspiring natural splendor of the Alps to the city center. Nobody could blame you for wanting to get out and experience it, and the easiest way to do that is to catch a boat from the quay at Geneva Mont Blanc. These shoot off to a host of places on the shores of the lake. You could keep it local on a mouette, shuttling to the other side of the city, or go long distance and cruise to Lausanne in 3 hours. At number 9 is the St. Pierre Cathedral. Geneva Cathedral is one of those religious buildings that needs as much time as you can afford. Beyond the contemporary neoclassical facade, things are much older, with architecture that dates to the 12th century. In 1541 it was the home church of John Calvin, and his chair looks like he just got up from it. The cathedral was constructed on top of much older buildings, among which is a basilica from the 4th century. At number 8, Jet d'eau. At the city center, where the Rhône continues on its course into France, is La Rade. Here, at the end of a long jetty, is a much-imitated monument known worldwide. The jet d'eau is 500 liters of water per second, propelled to 140 meters. If you want a closer look, take care, as the plume is susceptible to the wind, and you may get wet. The jet has been at its present spot since 1951 and originally had an important practical use. It started in 1886 as a safety valve for the hydraulic power plant and became a permanent monument as the city loved how it looked. At number 7, Vielle Ville. Allow a few hours to satisfy your curiosity about Switzerland's most important historic center. The Vielle Ville twisted around the hill capped by the cathedral and was once enveloped by defensive walls. Getting around on these steep cobblestone streets and stairways is tiring but worthwhile. The old center is densely packed with intriguing little corners, fountains, terraces with lookouts, and places of genuine historic value. At number 6 in our list, Patek Philippe Museum. An early 20th century factory is a stage for a museum delving into 5 centuries of watchmaking. The Star is a fantastic exhibition of musical automata, watches, and portrait miniatures from the 1500s to the 1900s, primarily assembled in Geneva and Switzerland. But you can also track the origins of Patek Philippe, set up in 1845 by a partnership between the watchmakers Antony Patek from Poland and Frenchman Adrien Philippe. At number 5, Palais des Nations. The Palais des Nations dates to the 1930s and was the headquarters for the League of Nations, the UN's predecessor. The complex is in constant use, hosting thousands of intergovernmental meetings yearly, but is open for hour-long guided tours in 15 languages. Your level of access is contingent on the meeting schedule. Still, it will typically involve the Human Rights and Alliance of Civilizations Room, the immense Assembly Hall, the Salle de Pauperdus, and the Council Chamber, where epic-making negotiations have occurred between nations. At number 4, Bains de Pâquis. Poking out into La Rade and close enough to the jet d'eau to feel the spray, the Bains de Pâquis are public baths along a pier on the west shore of Lake Geneva. This isn't just somewhere to exercise, people meet to socialize at Bains de Pâquis, and cultural events occur in summer. The outdoor pool is wildly popular when it's warm, and you can sunbathe on the pier and grab lunch at the restaurant terrace. This season, accessible poetry and classical music recitals are at the baths first thing in the morning. At number 3 in our list, Mont Salève. When it's overcast in Geneva, there might be blue skies and sunshine at this mountain peak on the city's edge. A giant wall of rock on the horizon, Salève is billed as the balcony of Geneva and rises shy of 1,400 meters. If that sounds daunting, a cable car will whisk you to the summit in just 5 minutes. This has been operating in some form since 1932 and replaced the world's first electric rack railway, completed in 1892. At number 2, Conservatory and Botanical Garden. Geneva's Botanical Garden is on the western lakeshore across the railway tracks from the United Nations office. Keen gardeners will be spellbound in a park that contains 14,000 plant species gathered worldwide. The garden's herbarium catalogs more than 6 million specimens. While outside, you can lose yourself in flower beds, a nursery, ponds, and the graceful metal and glass greenhouse that holds the winter garden. One themed garden features plants that evoke our senses of smell and touch, while the rose garden is sensory overload in June and July. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Musée Ariana. In a neo-Baroque palace near the UN's Palais des Nations is a museum all about ceramics and glassware. Musée Ariana was set up in the 1880s by the art collector Gustave Revilliard and named after his mother. There are 20,000 pieces of ceramics and glassware in the galleries, covering 12 centuries and extending to all corners of the globe. All forms of ceramics are here, from earthenware to stoneware, china, porcelain, and pottery. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite thing to do in Geneva? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.